Hey, hey. Not ready yet, but becoming ready in a few. Becoming ready in a few. I just need to post a few things. And then I will be ready. And then I will be ready. Few seconds, boys. The 1st of March. Yeah, I went live a bit earlier today. Okay. I think I am ready. Am I? I think so. And boom. Hello, people of the world. Travelers, greetings. Welcome to my stream. Do you want to know how to make an MMO? In the spare time? It is the right place. Yes. Yes. Oh, I started a bit earlier, so I think that I surprised a bit of the people, so they are not here yet. There is a bunch of regular people that are always here, and since I started about half an hour earlier, they missed it. Or maybe they're just not available. I don't know. But anyway, what we're gonna do, we are going to work on pets, right? So we have few tasks related to pets, and mainly we were working on the ability to send, for the server to send the list of all the pets to the client and to visualize them, right? And so we were creating a function that now don't remember too much, but we're gonna find it immediately. Here it is. There is a request pet list and there is a receive pet list. So these two functions are these two functions are related to receiving pets and sending pets, right? The request pet list, I think we did it already, actually. So if I go to the definition, I think we should find it. Is inside here, yes. And this is basically just logging the fact that we are requesting the pet list, searching the number of familiars available. If there are 0, just sending back a 0 array. If not, is calling this function, which is send familiar information in Npc Manager. Now, in Npc Manager, I don't know if I have implemented this already or not, but probably not. Hello, Marcellum. Welcome. I was saying that I started a bit earlier, so I guess I surprised some of you, and and so yeah, you were not here. While usually if I start about 9:30, 9:40, people are here. So yes, we have already some code. And yes, send familiar information. Okay, so here we are collecting the name and the experience of the pet. We are collecting the inventory of the pet. And yes, I remember now. For the inventory, we were trying to understand which kind of information we should. Let me take. Wait a second. Let me take a glass. Yep. I mean, yeah, when I sit on the chair, my character goes up and down a lot because the tracking goes a bit crazy. The tracking goes a bit crazy. By the way, I'm working with the guys that are doing this program, and I send them some information on the issue we are having with the rotation, with the right rotation and the left rotation, so that basically we can move our head like okay in about 30 degrees or so. So I think they are looking at it. I'm positive they may fix it. Let's see. Okay, so what I was saying, yes, here we are selecting all the items from the database, and we are searching the basic item ID. Now, of all this information, right, there is quite some that we cannot add. For example, the slot, right? The slot we can. Wait, the slot we can, because in theory the slot is in item instances slot. So the slot is actually in the result row. Yes, sorry, I'm just trying to understand. Yes, so we need, I don't know if I want to put it here or I want to put it directly here. Maybe it's easier if I put it directly here, so I don't go crazy with, yeah, probably it's easier. Probably it's easy. Let me start a bit of music in the background, which is always nice. Okay. So basically inside item instance, not item stats, in item instances, which is not here, but we can open it. I didn't start the little guys. You want the little guys? Maybe we can connect them to Twitch today. I think we did 2 days on YouTube. So we can see a bit of the bots that are always there. Maybe. Let's see the bots. Let's go with the bots. The bots that we have. Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to load from the database, but I think we can go directly with the specifics, right? So the first thing we need is the slot. The slot is location in parent, right? So I think we can just do this. Then inventory type, I don't remember at all. What is it? Why is called container ID? Ah, it's the container ID. Now the container ID for us should always be -1, because in this case we don't care. Then we need the item name, yes, and the item name I think we can just get it from. That is a good point. Our items may have modifiers, and hello Jet, welcome. So our items have modifiers, so or we loaded the full modifier, or for now we stay with a basic item. My suggestion will be to just stay with the basic name for now. So go something like so should I get it from the result set, or should I get it from the basic stats? For now I think we will get it from the basic stats. Okay, so this one will be stats. I think there is a get name. Stats get name, I think it should be there. Mesh name, we don't care at all. I mean, we can still, I mean, if we want, we can put it in, but it's totally useless. Texture name also is totally useless for us. Weight is useless, because at the moment we're just displaying. Total stack size will always be 1. So this one, yes, it cannot calculate it. For us will always be 1. The next one is what? The next one is stack count. No, wait. The one before was sides. Sides. Sorry, sides. I read stack and I was thinking it was the stack count, but it's not. So hey Gion, a long time no see. How are you? Where you have been? How is your game going? Tell me when the game is released, so I will buy it. We are working on pets, just for the people that connected. They connected recently. Maybe you are not following since sometimes. We made a pretty good progress. Most of the functionality is ported. Now I decided to port the pets, and while porting the pets, I'm trying to do some improvements, because our pets are working in a kind of a very, very simple way today. So basically they are nice accessories that are following you around the map, but no more than that. In theory they can attack, but the system is not working too well, so I'm trying to improve it. For example, give them like a character sheet and at least all the pets that you have, which was not, fully functional, but still a lot of work to do. Yeah, I imagine. Games, games. I say, oh, it's just a game, so it should be easy, no? It's not a financial application. It's not a financial application. Is 10 times easier. It's only a game, so what would be the complexity? Right? I think sometimes people really underestimate the complexity of that. This guy was taking it from the item, so in theory under stats we should have the total stack size, but I see that it's not here. Kind of strange though. He was getting it from the item. Get total stack size. Why we don't have it? Let me jump a second in the old code and see. What is it? Hello Tony, good evening. Today I surprised you, Tony. I started half an hour earlier. Because Tony is very present. I mean, it's nearly always here, and I'm amazed. Thank you for the presence. And but when I started the stream today, I was laughing between myself, saying, the usual viewer will miss me because I will start a bit earlier. Because get total stack size was actually on it's actually on PS item. Why we don't have this function? I mean, I can add it. Get the total size of the items in the stack. I'm just surprised that we don't have it. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have it. Let me try to search everything in the current project and see how it looks. Not that we need it, but exchanging character gets some sides. You see that we have it actually. We have it on PS item though. So I think that we need to do a bit of a trick. But you know that we don't care. But let me see if I can do it this way. But I think at the moment we really don't care about this information. But if we want, no, we don't have it, boys. We don't have it. We don't have it because these items are not loaded yet. So the sides, let me put -1. So we remember there is a data that we are not passing in, okay? Because it's not really needed. This one is in theory is the stack count, but I think we will have the same issue with this one. I think we will have the same issue. Because stack count is an information related to the inventory of the NPC. Is not related to the actually to the base stats. So, but maybe you know what we can do. We can get it from stack count here. So I think if I get I think we can get because the stack count actually could be useful somehow. You have me on notifications, huh? Okay. It's easy to make a game, it's just time consuming. I don't know, man. I don't think it's that easy. I think that a lot of people are underestimating the complexity. Depends on the game, obviously, but depends on the game. But I would say that it seems easy, but then, you know, there is really a lot. Get purified status. This one also we don't have, but you know what? This one also we don't care at all. The quality actually we may need because we may be interested in displaying the quality. So the quality, I think we can get it from Item quality, crafted quality. I think we can get it from here. Yeah, I think it's the best. You just get it from there. So so it will be something like this. Even if in this case, let me just get the item quality. What I'm trying to create at the moment is just the base, you know, on which we can then build more, but... So, inventory item should be a TRA of, which for some reason we didn't declare, right? But I think we can declare here. Should be just a TRA of that thingy, of F item description, I think. And yes, and then we are gonna basically cycle, add the information to the and what's the website for PS Unreal roadmap? If you search PS Wiki, you will find it, PS Wiki, even on Google, but I will give you the direct link. It's not fully up to date, in the sense that you will see, for example, this partial, harvesting partial, item unlock partial, I think they are pretty much finished. So there are some partial which are actually finished. So may not be, like for example, partial need more spells. I think this one is, this one I really need to change, because this one we tested so much. On the spells, let me put it as done. Need to convert particles, you see, but in reality it's done. Yeah, there are a few things that I didn't update recently. Like this one, spell particles, convert to the new system. I did like 1 week of 1 week of passion, 1 week of crunch, and I converted 95. I think also harvesting and dig is done. I don't know why I said partially. I think we just need to test it a bit more, but I think fishing is missing. I mean, fishing should be tested, but let me update it a bit, since you made me. It's like 2 months that I'm not updating this, but I think Zway or someone else updated it. Let me put harvesting fishing or fishing. Fishing, by the way, I want to redo completely, but harvesting, I think we should say done, because I think it's working. Or anyway, it's ported. And combat spell. Oh fuck! I left the gear, because I use the gear when I'm working on it. But if it's done, we should remove the gear. So I should give you a better view. But yeah, but pretty much, you know, pretty much we are there. I mean, we are not that far from the full porting. We are testing quest, and now I'm porting pets. There are few missing. But if you want to test the alpha now, it's pretty, I mean, it's usable. Eh? The new alpha 078 is definitely usable. And also I improved a bit the controls, the UI. I mean, there's a lot done. There's a lot done. I did a lot in the last 4 or 5 months. I did a lot. I can't wait to really have it ported so that I can start to work on new stuff, you know, because at the moment I'm working pretty much on porting what we have. Okay, so we have these inventory items, right? And we need so for each familiar, so we will have to create an array. Yes, we will have to create an array of owned pets, right? Which at the beginning will be an empty array, and then as soon as we so here I'm not even doing the query. Sorry, it was missing the query. I was not doing the query. So I think that as soon as we extract the information, well, if it's not valid, I think we have a bit of an issue. Oh, this sounded like Star Wars. No, 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 no. This sounds like a Star Wars. But no. Fully ported equal open alpha? Yeah, maybe, yes. Yes. I'd consider that it's pretty much open already right now, because if you are a veteran player, you can access it, and if you have the $3 Patreon, you can access it as well. So, which is, I would say, is very, very accessible, right? But I see that, yeah, not too many people are playing it. So, I think it's because they are waiting, you know, yes, a better release. And yes, we can. I mean, I want to open it when he's kind of solid, because if I have like 30 players or whatever online, and the server is continuously crashing, you know, it's not fun for anyone, right? And also, it will be basically impossible for me to determine what caused the crash. While now, since we have like 3-4 people, you know, that are rotating, sometimes I can just ask to those people to say, hey, let's only have one guy log in the server, and can you reproduce the bug? So he will reproduce the bug, and we're gonna test it. So we still have some server crashing bugs. I was chasing some the other day. These were really server side crashes. We fixed quite a bit. We still have 2 known today, which are an emote crash that we didn't really reproduce much, but. And this one, which is a destructor on one of our classes, I don't know exactly what is happening, but I didn't investigate too much. But yes, the server crashes are the one that we really want to find out. As soon as possible. So here we are just reading from the database the different set of information. Right, what? Doesn't like it. Because in theory it can be more than one. Yes, in reality it's impossible there is more than one. But still we need to assume that it may be more than one, yes. So in reality we need to do a loop like this. Otherwise it doesn't know. Yeah. 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 Experience in theory should be an integer, so I think we can get int. But this query is going on a single character, so is returning only one record, 100%. Okay. I'll say that our major effort at the moment is to stabilize the game, so make it as stable as possible. As much as we can. And also port the missing pieces. So, yeah. Okay, so we get that. Then here at the end of the inventory, I think we're gonna add the inventory. Which is here. I think is items. Okay. No, it doesn't like it. Why? TRA of F item description. It's just because I did it inside. Okay. Okay. Then what else we need? What else we need? Owned pet dot. So we have the name. So we need the energy, the current abilities. Okay, so those we get it from. So we have these parameters. Where are they? No idea. We have these parameters: energy, happiness, last time fed, which we said they are coming from. The character variables. Right. We have the character variables. By the way, guys, if you are new to the stream, just don't be shy. Say hello, make yourself known. And if you have any questions on the game, or if you have any question on Unreal Engine or game development or anything. Hello, Shimon. Good evening. How are you? How are you, my friend? So did you manage to stream Plane Shift or not? That you wanted to do it, but you know. Percentage size increase. Percentage size increase is part of the evolution tables. You know, also what will be useful will be just to have anyway some presence, even if it's just, you know, screenshots or short news posted somewhere, I think that will already help, you know. I mean, inside whatever Linux forums or inside Mac forum. I mean, like specific group of people that may be interested in the game. I think they will already be nice. Yeah, they will already be nice. So the character variables, I think I also need to load them. I also need to load them manually, right? Because again, remember that this is the case where none of the pets are loaded yet. So you're just accessing your pet list to summon one, but none of them is loaded into the game. So that's why I need to do some query to the database, some static query to the database to get the information. She's not too good, unfortunately, but it is what we have to do. Will be done only once when you log in with the character anyway. Hello, Pax Nexus. Pax Nexus. Pax Nexus. Pax Nexus. I get to you on the Discord to get the alpha. I will have a while to announce the record something in no stream and record, and I should be online before this day. Okay. Diablo team, yes, Diablo 1 menu. Yeah, I think that if you can do some, you know, for example, if you go on Google today, right? You go on Google and you search plane shift and you go to images, there is very little coming up. I mean, there is some coming up. In the first 2 rows is us, right? But I mean, these screenshots are super old, and so there is really not enough presence, you know. And then, okay, we start to be mixed with Magic the Gathering, the plane shift expansion, because there was an expansion of Magic the Gathering long time ago. That was called plane shift. But you know, just this is a problem, right? So we need basically more website. And more forum posts and more Facebook posts and more Twitter posts and more whatever, right? Instagram posts with stuff called plane shift pointing to our game. Diablo 2 Resurrected, yes, I've seen it. I also seen Diablo Immortal, right? Which is what is it? Is it the same? I don't know, maybe I'm confusing, but Immortal is the phone one, right? I followed a bit the BlizzCon and the Diablo series. I was looking at there was an artist speaking about new monster and how he designed the monster. I don't know if you have seen the BlizzCon, but it was pretty nice. Ah, it's you, Marco. Okay, because Pax Nexus was a name that I was thinking, who was it? Ciao, Marco. Welcome, Marco. A cultist class? No, we will not have a cultist class because we don't have classes. We are like Cyberpunk. We are open skill. So you just choose the skill, and the class doesn't exist. Each of my new video have a fanbook page, fanbook group, Twitter and Pinterest posts. I'm not sure if I want gaming stuff not related to education. What do you mean if you want gaming stuff not related to education? No, we are speaking of plane shift, not of your education blog. I mean, the education blog, okay, you can do it and it's nice, but I'm not very interested into it. I'm interested in how to have more presence. Okay, how to have more presence. I mean, just more results, you know, just more results. Okay, so energy, happiness, and last fed time. We need to get it from This is another Diablo, by the way. Jump from one Diablo to another Diablo. That was Diablo 3. We need to get it from character variables. Character variable is super simple. It's just a character name, the variable name, and the scale. So that's super easy. So we can just query character variables. I think one day I will regret what I'm doing now, but which is basically to get everything from the database here. But I don't know if there is a better way. So I think that. I think it's probably the only way. I cannot think to another way at the moment, okay? Than just getting the pure information from the database. Oops. Diablo 3, yes. There was Diablo 3 there. All the music is video game music, and mostly is game that I played, but not all of them, because it's not easy to find music that doesn't give you a copyright strike on YouTube, and at the same time that you like. So, and also it's quiet enough, because there are a lot of video games with very heavy music or very fast music, and they are not a good background to our stream. So inventory items. Wait. So here we don't need any of this. We just need to go through this and we just need to get charvar sex whatever dot get string. So we need what? We need the energy level. The energy level, I think we store it as an int, right? So and we call it, how do we call it? We call it, I guess, energy level or energy. We call it pet energy. I think all the variables that are for pets would be a good idea to call them pet something, so that we are more, you know, yeah. So I think I will do a pet owner energy equal to this, and then I will do all the others. So the happiness level, I don't know if we will really implement the happiness level, but for now let me say that let's put it in, okay? And then it cost me a second to put it in, and then we will remove it if we don't. The last time fed, this one I forgot, huh? This one I forgot. The last time fed. Actually, the last time fed. I think I forgot it. Unless we calculate it somehow. Let me think about it. Because we said, what did we said? We said that we have the energy level, which is based on the food of the pet, right? You might have some blue jazz to point from open source games. Yeah, if it's from open source games, yes. I mean, it must be games. It must be good games. Like Monkey Island. Monkey Island. So food energy ability. So we go. So the energy level, right? The energy level. And the last fed. So we said that the last fed time is just a way for us to slow down the amount of times you can feed the pet, so that you cannot boost it too much, right? So it's kind of a time controller, right? Yeah, so we need it. No, I was just thinking if we need it in the... If we need it in this set, because actually I think that we need it only when the NPC is loaded. I don't think I need it now. Yeah, I think the last fed time will be unknown, but then we... No, I think it's bad if it's unknown. No, let's put it. Why should be unknown? Why should be unknown? So let me add it to our F-owned pets, right? Because for some reason we forgot it or we didn't put it. I think it should be before. Yes, I think it should be something like here. We may decide to... I don't know, I'm thinking a bit, but... last fed time. Do we want to have it as an F? Is there a date? Is there a date format which is serializable from... is there an F date or something? There is a daytime. There is an F daytime. Just open music project. But well, even if it's copyrighted, is not an issue as long as it's not getting the copyright strike on YouTube. I mean, all the music that we are playing now is copyrighted, but being video game music is allowed on Twitch and YouTube. Otherwise, you couldn't play the games. If you get the point. I think we can use date and time. Did we use it already? I don't think we used it already. I think it's okay. We can use date and time. Maybe we used it already. Let me check. Let me check everywhere. If you used F date and time. Okay, apart from this one that I just added, thank you. No, it's not. So we never used it. But it's okay. I think we can manage. So there will be a last. There will be a last fed time, and this one will be a... So how do I convert? So this one we will read it as a string, and hopefully there is an easy way to hopefully there is an easy way to do this. For example, this one is Abe Odyssey. Abe was super fun. There is a new Abe out. There is a new Abe, but it's like $49 or whatever it is. When I want the Epic store is never here. When I don't want it, it's always popping up. There is a new Abe. I've seen it. Maybe it's not in rotation now, but it was here. Abe something. Fuck. Anyway, there is a new one. No, I cannot find it, but Abe Symphony, Abe something else. But it's there, it came out. So date and time. How do we initialize date and time? I can initialize it with ticks. Okay. I can initialize it with year, month, and day. Which is not very exciting. We can initialize it with another date and time. Or we can initialize it with another date and time. Okay. So I think we have to go for year, month, and day somehow. Right? Let me search. Date and time from string. There is a date and time parse. Very, 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 very nice. Very, very nice. So there is a date and time parse. Parse HTTP date. Holy moly. No, parse date. Convert the string to date and time. Currently the string must be in the format written in either fdatetime or to string or ftimestamp. Other format. Okay, and obviously it doesn't give me even an example. Obviously, right? Obviously, it doesn't give me even an example. Fuck. Doesn't give me an example. Yeah, date and time parsing is always annoying. It's something that is it should be super easy. It's always a pain, you know. How many people? No, but I think that it will be easy. I assume it will be easy. Okay. I assume it will be easy. We just need to find an example, okay? Hey, okay, I understood. Thank you. I just need an example. I want to know what is the format. Please give me an example. Give me. Oh my god. Do I need to open the code? Okay, I will open the code. Fuck it. First replace dash and dot and then find replacing line. Okay, so we can put a column, a dot, or spaces. Is replacing them with spaces actually. Then it's splitting up with spaces. Okay, which is nice. Make sure it's parsed properly within reason. I really like the within reason. And then is trying to take these tokens. Year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, milliseconds. Oh my god, you want also the milliseconds? Come on, boys. I mean, it's forcing to also have the milliseconds. Ah no, if token is greater than 6. Okay, so at least on the milliseconds is okay. Fine. Okay, so basically we can have it divided by okay. So we can do something like, you know, 2021 dash month, so like 12 dash 29 dash space it takes it, and then hour, minute, seconds. Hours, I don't know if it takes it in 24 hours or in I think it must be 24 hours because I don't see any PM, AM, so it must be 24 hours. So let's do 23 dot, I don't know, 10.09. Okay, something like this. So this should be and then the millisecond. Okay, so this should be a valid format, right? So let me just put it in the comments so that way. Valid format is something like that. So we need to remember to write it like this, right? Which I think is which I think is okay, because when we are putting dates, let me find, for example, under characters. In the characters, I think we have the last login date. I think we put it in the SQL database is exactly like this. The only issue is that it's putting dot milliseconds. Fuck. Well, I think we can get it, and we can then strip the dot 0 out of it, and then we have our time and date. Yay! We have the time and date. Yay! No, it's better to search the dot and exclude it, because you never know if sometimes it's writing without zeros. I don't know. Theory, but I don't know. But it's fine for now. So we are gonna pass. So what he wants? He wants. I understood he wants an F date and time, which is last fed time, and then he wants to parse this into. He wants this to be, so we will get this and put it here, and then we will get we will give in the last fed time, right, which is basically parsing it, and is returning it into this variable. And so then we will just do this, and in theory we should be fine. Okay. So we also have the energy level, the happiness, and the last fed time. Now this 4 will always run one time. So, but you know, then the next thing we want to have the evolution table. Now the evolution table, you know, I think the evolution table and the abilities, they are static. So I think we should load them with Cache Manager. There is no reason we should load them multiple times, right? So I think we need to add into Cache Manager, which is basically our runtime cache, right? So which is caching everything from the database and is getting all the information in memory, and so is avoiding any hits to the database. Considering evolutions and ability are static, so if we want to change them, we need to reload the database or update the cache. I think we can just make you know, inside preload all. Yes, like we do this, we can also have now. If we can do it after the paths, will be better. Who is loading the paths? Should be this one loading the paths. No. Probably Spawn Manager then. Maybe Spawn Manager. No. I think no one is loading the paths because they are loaded only as startup. I mean, only loaded at character load. So it's only when the character is loaded that we load the paths. So yes, there is no preloading of the paths in any way. Because they're okay, it's fine. We can put a new function. We can also put it at the end. It's okay. So we will have a new function which will be called preload paths evolution, right? Preload path evolution, and this one will go together with all the other preload. We have a million preload here. Preload path evolution. There it is. Our new fresh method. Cache Manager. So we go here. And together with all the other preloads. Yes. I think I can also put it at the bottom, you know. I don't think there is any reason why I should not. I never set my mind on how to organize these things, but in the file. Either case, drop milliseconds, and then we have the vision to blow the server. No, hopefully will not blow the server, no. Hopefully not. So what should we do here? Well, we need to just load. We need to just load stuff the same way we preload anything else. So I can just copy paste because I love copy pasting. But we need to be a bit careful on the query. Because the query. So we need to put together the two new tables that we created, right? We created two new tables, pet evolution and pet abilities, and they are connected. So I think we should do. Do I have any data into those? No, I have nothing, I guess. Do I want to join them or do I want to query them separately? I think I want to query them separately. Right, so first I create that is a good question. Because in theory I could query them together and join them. And then I will have a single table with a bunch of stuff, and then I can order by evolution ID, and then when evolution ID is changing I'm creating another evolution, and then I'm reading all his abilities. And yes, we can also do that, I guess. Is there any drawback of doing this? I would say no. So at the end we need a structure, you know, which is we need a structure which is basically is evolution stage 1, you know, ability 1, ability 2, ability 3, evolution 2, ability 2, ability 3. So this is what we want. So now if we can make these ones already blueprint enabled, I think will be nice, so that we don't have to make it twice, because sometimes we make it twice. Yeah, and we make it twice because we have more functions on the server side accessing those stuff. But I think we can just make one single structure, right? Now the question will be, where do we want to store this information? I think unfortunately on NPC Manager. I'm saying unfortunately because NPC Manager is becoming a monster, right? So we need to split it in two. And the pet, I think it should go. The pets, I think it should really go separate. Really go separate. By the way, all of this can be deleted. I'm thinking, but yes, basically we need to have here another class. NPC Manager at the moment is not, at least this file. Should we create a pet? Should we create a pet manager, boys? I think would be a great idea. The problem is that it's a bit annoying. because we need to move a lot of functions, you know. We need to move a lot of stuff, but I think that probably we have to do it. Because look at NPC Manager. NPC Manager CPP is 4,700 lines. I mean, it's a freaking monster. Good night, Shimon. Bye bye. Thank you for stopping by. I think we should split it. I think we should split. Okay, let's split it. Let's create 2 new files. Will be called. Do we want to call it Pet Manager or Familiar Manager? I think Pet Manager is shorter and is nicer. So I think we will have Pet Manager, and we will have Pet Manager CPP, and they will be both under server. Yes, they will be here. And so we will have Pet Manager, and we will have Pet Manager CPP, and yeah, so the only thing we need to do as usual is to ensure. Okay, let me go and take the pieces that we need. We need the generated in the .h, right? The generated in the .h. So this one will be called Pet Manager .generated.h. Why? Wait. In the .h. Why I put it here? Then we need the minimal classes included. So we need the PS Unreal. Yes. So we need the PS Unreal, and then in the CPP we will have the pointer that we create, similar to, yeah, but anyway, it's just a pointer to the new class, right? Which will be Pet Manager. So similar to what we do, for example, here for Combat Manager, exactly the same. So we will declare here a Pet Manager, and we will call it Pet Manager. Now we need, this will be an external, this will be a, say, a global thing. So we also need to be sure that we are somehow initializing it, right? But yes, but I think this is something that is a good idea doing it, because that class is becoming a monster. So, or we do it now, we will never do it again. So I think it's a good thing. So basically, in our now what I need to do in our PS Unreal, right? I will declare a new Pet Manager class, and this will be defined in Pet Manager CPP. So this is the definition, right? This is the definition. Yes, which is identical to this one. Now, in terms of class, I think it should be a manager like pretty much like Combat Manager. So like any other. But Combat Manager is actually not. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. We don't need it. We don't need this class to be Unreal Engine, to be a U object, right? We don't need this to be a U object. So I think it's perfectly fine. We just need the initialization. The initialization will be similar to, I don't know what we do here, for example. But I don't remember if I initialize the managers in a specific way. I think it's just preloading. Okay, it wants to be annoying. Combat manager. For example, yeah, I think we are just, in this case we do very little. We have some initialization if we need to. So I think yes, maybe the preloading, but I still want the cache manager to own it, no? I'm thinking if you want the cache manager to be, yes, but I think it should. I mean, it can call a function. You can call a function on our pet manager, but you can call a function on our pet manager, but then, so in terms of constructor, I don't know actually what do we need to do. I think I want to have an initialize, which is basically reading all the data. I want to do it in a similar way to the others though. Let me get a good example. A good example is Quest Manager. Quest Manager is a very good example. It's a very good example because it needs data. So is the data getting loaded? Load all the scripts on DB, you see? This load quest script. But, so this guy is responsible for loading, but the actual list of quests, I think is still kept in Cache Manager. I think Cache Manager, no? No? Yeah, preload quest, for example, right? So this Cache Manager loading all the quests, and yes, you see he's loading them. Quest by ID, and this one is on Cache Manager, you see. So basically it may rely on external functions, but, and by the way, why Quest Manager then? Because I think what is happening is that the quest itself is then calling this one. No, actually, the initialization of Quest Manager is calling this. Yeah, it's a bit of a mix, actually. This guy's preloading this quest, but then Quest Manager is loading the actual script. But anyway, we can do it how we want. I was just trying to do it in a way that was, you know, a bit similar to the other managers, so that so basically here we are preloading information about evolution and abilities, and I think we can do it here. It's not a big trouble. But then I'm just thinking if I want to, at the moment this one will be empty. I don't have anything to do with this, but the initialize right, the initialize will oops, The initialize, I think, can really do the query, the one that I was trying to do now in Npc Manager. I think we can get it from there. So this one will actually get it for free from the other side, right? So now we just need to think how we want to organize the query, because this will be basically be select star from pet evolution, okay, evo, and then pet abilities, abi, I think it's called pet abilities, yes, where evo.id is equal to abi dot, I think it's called evo reference or something, evo stage id, evo stage id, evo stage id. Okay, okay, and I think this is just the only thing that I think we should do. We should order ascending by evo id, by evo.id, so that we have them listed, you know, in we have them listed by evolution id, so we can basically detect when the evolution id is changing, and we can create another right. Okay, then we are just going through this thing. If this is failing, we have a big issue, if this is failing, by the way, I think we will return a boolean here, because if this is failing, we will return an error to the main we will return false, and here we will return at the end we will return true, and in general at the end we will return true. So what do we need? We need a structure, right? So we need to, apart from the fact that this is obviously not what we want, but we need a structure. So we need to create a structure that is keeping, and this is exactly where the U objects are coming into play, and this is why I did a separate class. So we will go for something similar to this. I think it can just be a struct, right? I have no reason. Should I make it a class? Should I make it a class? No. There is no reason why it should be a class. I think a struct is perfectly fine. A struct is perfectly fine. And yeah, I think a struct is perfectly fine. So let me just copy, wait, a few pieces so I don't have to type like a madman. So this one will be, do we want to call it evolution stage, or just evolution? Let's call it evolution, even if it's more of a stage of evolution, because it is one, right? It's one evolution stage. Let's call it evolution stage. So I think it's more clear for everyone. What I want to say? Wow, it's continuously trying to put it there. There's no way. So, do we want a constructor? I don't know why it's doing this. But, so evolution stage. Evolution stage has an ID. Okay, we can have an ID, no problem. So this will be an int. It will be ID. Then it will have a name, which will be an f string. Then it will have a description. Now we need some sample data there, otherwise. Then we have pet command, which is the. Oh fuck! Sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Okay, this is good for the abilities anyway. The pet command, and then this is the ability one, not the evolution stage. And then the storage. Storage can be a boolean, is yes or no. For now, it's a tiny int, but okay, let's keep it an int, because maybe in the storage we will define how many slots, or no, because I think the slots are defined by the formulas, I think. Okay, sorry, this one actually was the other one, but this was the pet ability. No, why it's doing that? I hate when it does this. Why it does this automatically? Why? Why? Why it's changing all my indentation? So we have ID, name, description, pet command, and storage, right? That is for the abilities. Then for the pet evolution, at the moment it's very simple. Is ID, name, scale. Scale is actually a float. ID, name, scale, mesh name in case we are changing the mesh. So that is if the pet needs to evolve into another creature. And then exp required. Okay. And this is an int. Okay, so we have the two thingies, right? We have the two thingies. Now we just need to fix this, which is the constructor. I think it's always nice to have a constructor, so I would say yes, let's do it. It's a bit annoying to do, but when you have it, then it's very nice to have. Pretty much all these parameters are mandatory, so I think there is only one that is not. Oh fuck. Should be. Otherwise it's giving you, if I don't do this, it's giving you the variable is shadowing, whatever. Which is super annoying. Just because the name of the input variable is the same as the name of the class variable, so it's always better to do it this way. Yeah, the problem is that I'm doing it the opposite of what I should, but fine. Okay. So this will be our constructor. Right, for the evolution stage, and we will have the same for this one. So at least ID and name we can copy. Description unfortunately not, but so we have so this will be in description, in pet command, in pet command, and bool in storage. Okay, so we are basically creating the structures that will hold the data, right? And we are creating them in a way which is already compatible with blueprints, so that we can read them when the server is sending them to the client. And I think it's always a good idea, actually, because there is very little overhead in this. Now the problem is if the logic is okay. That's, I don't know yet. We will have to see. Okay. Okay, so we have the two classes with their constructor. Now let me do something. Let me close the editor and save everything. Yes. And save everything and regenerate the project file. So at least, because it's always better, since I added 2 new files, it's always better to regenerate so that Unreal Engine can see the new files. Why you are so quiet, boys? So quiet. I hear you are so quiet. I hear you are so quiet. Okay, I regenerated the thing. So we can launch it again. And load it. And load it. Okay. So now let's just try to do an F7, just to compile, just to see what happens, okay? Then I think that what we will do, we will start to move from NPC Manager to this class all the pet functionality, but I think that I will do it another day. I mean, it's not important to do it now, but it's important that we created a new pet manager. So that we can slowly but surely copy all the functions related to pets in the new class. Right? Oops, my head, I'll come back. My head was stuck. Now, I think for all the queries like searching capabilities or things like that, I think we can rely on Cache Manager. But the important thing is that Cache Manager or the Pet Manager has, you know, all the stuff cached in memory so that we don't have to read it from the database anymore. So we just do it once. Ah, the star. Yum, 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 yum. I cannot catch the star myself. It's taking a lot of time to compile, so probably means that it's fine. At least the pre-parsing is done. So he's thinking about it. Okay, we need to include, we obviously need to include server pet manager, otherwise not very easy. Piri piri pli pling. Recompiling. Recompiling. Yeah, it's taking time. Oops. Let's not break another glass, like the other day. It's taking time because we changed the PS Unreal.h, which is basically included in every single file, and we added a new dependency for the pet manager into it, and so this is why it's getting so annoyed. Maybe while it compiles, let's move on. So what we will have to do now that we have, if these two things are working, actually I will have to take this one and move it and move it up, because I need my evolution stage to have oh my god, it did it again. As soon as you move the stuff is changing the indentation. By the way, it failed, but we need our evolution stage to have a U property, which is actually an array of abilities, right? So we need a T array of our pet abilities, which we will call it just abilities, I guess. Let me just see where it failed. Preload pet evolutions, because we didn't put it as okay, as a boolean. Hello, Hulla. I ran after the pet bones. Yeah, I'm building them. So I'm taking pieces from them. So what we will have to do here, I think we can launch another compilation and work meanwhile, otherwise it takes too much time. So we will have to do it. Yes, so do we do it here or do we do it there? Good question. Good question. I don't know. I think so. Or we do it in the initialize of our pet. I think we can do it in initialize of pet manager. Why not? Yes, I think so. Even if I think cache manager can just access, you know, that other thing. So I don't think it's very needed that we do it here. I don't think it's very needed we do it here. I think we can do it here. It's okay. It's okay. And so what do we need to do? We need to go in our game mode. I always confuse them. Yeah, in our game mode, and here there is the main loop, which is the one that is initializing all the managers, right? And this loop, these are just definitions, so we actually don't need we actually don't need I think we can just do this and just initialize. So if one of our managers is not loading or is not initializing, we are just aborting, right? So we're just exiting from the I think it's initialized with a Z, but just my take. Yes, for now this should not be in. Okay, so I will continuously recompile while I'm doing stuff so that we get the errors while this thing we need to, so this will return ultimately this one, right? Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to select from blah blah blah. Yes, we want to extract it. Yes. Now here we need to create where do we keep the array? Where do we keep the array of pets? We declare it private because we didn't declare it public. I think we should keep it. We should keep it here inside Pet Manager. So what do we want? We want an array of evolution stages, right? We want a T array of evolution stages, which will also include. So basically stores all the evolution stages and the related abilities. Okay. Yes. This thing I need to put it at the bottom, otherwise you cannot find the definition of these things, you know. Hello MWK. Hi, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. If you have any question on what I'm doing, don't be shy. You can ask what you want. Okay, so we are in good shape there. Okay, so I need in my pet manager, yes, to have these evolution stages, which will be available inside the pet manager class. And I think we can just yes, I need, wait, okay, I will have here evolution stages, but I will also need to create a new FPS evolution stage, right? I think we can create no, I think we can go by ID. And we will start with one, so we will just say if current evo is different than, and then we extract the ID. So we do int evo ID equal to these evolutions, whatever. Evolutions of x dot get straight, no, get int of whatever. Now here there may be a bit of a ambiguity, yeah, because both tables have ID, right? And so it may be a bit confusing of what is what. I think if I do this query, they will both come out as ID. And so, or we rename them somehow, or we can do as something. What it doesn't like. Order by. You see, we have two IDs, which is kind of annoying. So I think we need to specify sorry. I think we need to specify I cannot do star and then specify the fields. Pain. I cannot do this. Yes, I can do it, but I need to put them at the bottom, at the back. Okay, fine. So basically we are extracting them twice, but it's okay. There will not be that many anyway, so... I hope I couldn't cut down too much of the good thinking. Well, I think we will do some pieces. I don't think we can do all of it immediately, but we will prepare. You know, I'm preparing the structure to be ready to accept this concept that we designed. No, so I'm preparing basically all the data in the background that can sustain this reasoning that we did together yesterday. But I don't think I can do it all. You know, I think we'll go in stages. we will have evolution stages also of our code. Otherwise it's, you know, too much. Otherwise it will take me 1 month just to do that, you know, so. Okay, so what do we need to do? If the current evolution is different than the evolution ID, then we need to start a new one, okay? So we need to start a new evolution stage, and we need to assign the previous to we need to assign the previous to our so wait, no, I did a mess. So basically here we can say check if we got the full evo and abilities, and store it, right? So in this case we will take our how did I call it? Evolution stages. We will get our evolution stages, and we will do an add of wait, if I do it like this, I don't know. Anyway, I'm adding this one to the evolution stage. Then here I need to read, you know, all the stuff, but this one definitely cannot stay here. It's no problem if you interrupt. Hello, MWK. It's no problem. It's no problem. When I want, I read. When I don't want, I don't read. But it's okay. It's okay. So evolution stage. So basically, we need to read all the properties, right? So here we generate a new one. So we add it to this permanently to this array, and then we generate an empty one, right? And we continue. And so here we are going to read all the abilities, right? So for reading the abilities, I think what we do, we need to generate a new. We need to generate a new. What is it? PS pet abilities, right? So there is a single ability that we need to. By the way, we have the constructor. Since we have the constructor, we made it. Why not use it? I think we can put everything inside like this. It will look a bit weird, but I think it's okay. So we will take evolutions x dot get int of, and then the first one will be abi id, right? Will be abi id. Then I will have the name. Fuck, also the name is double. I think also the name is double because there is a name and name. I think it will say ambiguous something if I do it like this. So unfortunately I need to specify here also the name separately because the name is called there is no way, because otherwise we are in trouble. Otherwise we are in trouble. Yes. And so in this case we have Abby name, right? So this will be the evolution stage of our pet, and this will be the abilities of our pet. Now, I think we can read the evolution stage only once when we are changing between one evolution stage and the other. So we read it only once, right? And I think is probably a better idea. And we will do evolution stage dot. I don't think I can use the. Can I? No, I cannot. I think in this case we will not use the. The constructor. Right, but basically all this part is only reading stuff from the database, so it's a very boring. It's a very boring work. But we need to do it. So we have name, we have description, no, we have scale. Scale, by the way, is a float, so we need to read it as a string, and then we need to do we need to do this to convert it to a thingy. And this one is a get string, yes. Okay, so we're basically reading all the parameters, right, one after another. And scale, name, mesh name. Right, and then what? Mesh name, XP required. XP required is an int, so we can go with something like this. Is it called? I guess I named them exactly, right? Yeah, I named them exactly how they are in the database, so I don't have to think about it. So they have the same names of the columns in the database. Okay. Yeah, so basically this one will set the evo stage. Now we need to set the abilities. So we can do a get string, and we can call it description. Description we only have one, luckily, so we don't have to specify again the parameters. And then we want the pet command, and then we want what? And then we want the storage. Storage is at the moment a boolean 1 or 0. So maybe this one we can put it. Let me put it here because it's just a bit cleaner. Storage. So basically, if this one is equal to, is equal to 1, we get it as what? We get it as a string. We get it as a string. Okay, it's fine. I think we can get it as an int. Let's get it as an int. So if this one equals to 1, then true, otherwise false. And so we put the storage here at the end, right? So like this, we created basically a new ability. I don't know why it doesn't like it. Int f-string bool. Okay. Int f-string bool. Why it doesn't like it? Because we only have one int. Ah, yes, because this one is a string. That's why. Okay. So we have the ability, right? And then for each ability, we are just going to add them to an array. So we create an array of abilities. T array of this thing. PS abilities, which we call abilities, and at the beginning it would just be empty. Ah, fuck. Yes, no, it's correct, because it's before the 4. Then when we are here, we need to remember to clear up the abilities, you know, otherwise... I think all of that we should do it at the end, though. Right. So when it's different, I'm reading the evolution stage. I'm reading the evolution stage and I'm storing it, right? So in reality, is this. So we store it, and then we consider that we read all the abilities, and so we can say evo stage dot abilities equal to our abilities thing, which has been and then we store the new evolution thingy. Now at that point I think we need to clear up our evolution stage completely, otherwise we are going to create a new one. Sorry, I'm a bit confused about the sequence, huh? I'm a bit confused about the sequence. I start with 0, I get a 1, I see that it's different, I create a new evolution stage from scratch, I read all its parameter, and no, the logic is not working. The logic is not working, because here I have to do it at the end, not at the beginning. I have to do it at the end, not at the beginning, right? Otherwise, it's a bit of a mess, Rinos. Because all the ability I need to have read already. I need to have read already. So, or I start with 1 and I assume that the current evolution is always starting with 1, and then that's kind of easy. Yeah, this can also be a good way. So we can start with the first, so that when he enters, it's just reading all the abilities, so we'll not enter into this, right? He will not enter into this thing. We read all the abilities, bam 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 bam, which are here, and we'll add to our array of abilities. So every time, as soon as we read an ability, we do abilities dot add, and we add our ability, right? So we add, and then we find a new one. So when we find a new one, we can, yes, generate a new, read all the information, store the abilities, finalize the... And then go to the next evolution stage. We will just current evo plus plus, right? So we will just go to the next evolution stage. So basically we'll start to read back all the abilities. Now we need to clear up our abilities directory though. Our abilities right? Otherwise we will restart reading them. We don't need to clear up the evolution stage because anyway we'll be reset here. So we will read all the parameters again. So I don't think we need it. Well, anyway, it's reset here. Okay, so I think this thing should load everything, right? In theory they should load everything. Now we need some dummy data. We need some dummy data in the database just to test it. Otherwise, let me just see who is calling this at the end. Ah, yes, the initialization. So the pet manager initialize. Okay, I think it's fine. Then, if we want to search, if we want to search inside this structure, at the end it's just an array, so it's fairly easy. Yeah, I think it's super easy. And we have it ordered by evolution ID. So the other assumption is that the ID should be ordered properly. Right? So if we change the evolution ID in the future, that's a bit annoying though, because if we change the evolution IDs in the future, we will need to reorganize it. Okay, but I will think it in the future. For now, it's okay. I think that, I mean, the point is that if we want to add a new evolution stage, then yeah, the best will be actually to have a number in the evolution stage. I mean, in addition to the ID, but it's okay. It's okay. I can live with that. I can live with that. Let's not make it too complex because anyway the data is super simple. Okay, so we will add some values, okay, just for testing. So we will have an ID 1, which we said it is required on our pet evolution. The name will be baby. The scale will be 1. The mesh name will be null because it's a default. And I think we said the mesh name can be null, right? Yes. And the experience required will be 0. So basically this is where the character starts, where the pet starts, okay? Right. Then we will have another one. And let me do a 10, just so that we have some space in between in case we want to add something. Which will be child or adolescent. We can go with child. Scale, for example, 2.1, mesh the same, experience required, I don't know, 1000 or 100, I don't know, this one we will have to tweak, okay? Then there will be another one which is 20, and it will be what? Junior, okay, junior, and the scale, I don't know, is 1.3. This is just dummy data. I mean, it's not very relevant. And it's 200, and then they will pay another one. I mean, they need to correspond a bit to these abilities, okay? Then adult, which we said size 3. Oh my god, no, let's say size 2. It's too much. Okay, let's say that here we are changing the mesh. Okay. That's a good question. I think that, okay. So I think the mesh can be named adult, and then we will have like Groffel underscore adult and Yulbar underscore adult and things like that. So we will basically just associate it to it. Okay. Then Elder, I don't know, let's say 2.5. It will stay with the same model, and it will be, I don't know, 500. Okay. So we insert this data. Now we need to insert the abilities. Right? We need to insert the abilities. So the only thing that we need to do with the abilities is not a problem for the abilities to be in order, because even if I don't put them in order, we will anyway order by Evo stage ID. So it will already be ordered by that. So it's not a problem. We can put them in any sequence. But anyway, just to be, just to be organized, we will put them in the right sequence. So let's try to mimic these ones. Okay. So it will be like learn a location. Description, I don't know, your pet is able to memorize a location on the map, or a location. Say location. Pet command. I think we have the pet commands because we thought about it, right? So this one will be learn location, right? And storage will be 0, right? Then the ID will be 2, the Evo stage will be 1, and the second one will be learn a creature or player, right? Learn, or I don't know if you can say learn a creature. Maybe it's not really good English. Maybe you need to say no, recognize a creature. Yeah. Maybe also learn is not very good here. Learn a location, like memorize a location, or I don't know. Learn, maybe there is better. Here maybe is not that good. So recognize a creature. Your pet is capable of memorizing is capable of memorize a face. No, let's say a creature. I don't know. We will change these things anyway. This one will be learn target, right? We called it learn target. Fine. And no storage. Right? Then next. Still on the same baby sides, we have go to learn location, right? So this is when the pet is able to move to a certain location. So the command is go location, and the name is go to a memorized location, to a known location, go to a known location. Okay, so your pet can go to a location he has previously Hey, MKW, thank you a lot for the donation. Thank you. Hey, very generous of you. Thank you. Thank you a lot. I guess you like our game and what we are doing then. Thank you. That's very nice. We also have a Patreon site if you want, and in the Patreon site you can access our alpha, and which is here. Thank you a lot. Where is it? You can check it if you like it. You can get access to the alpha, but considering you donated $10, I can give you access anyway to the alpha if you want, even if you are not a Patreon, because you donated anyway more than what the Patreon requires. So you can go to our Discord and I can give you access to the alpha if you want to test it. The server is actually up at the moment. You just need to download 5 gigabyte. Thank you a lot. So the next one will be the stage evolution number 2, which is, I think your donation should appear on top now. Ah, yes, it's appearing. Nice. The third one will be learn a phrase. Right? Learn a phrase to randomly say, learn an answer to a question. I think those two things are probably the same command or not. No, they're actually two different commands. Learn a phrase and learn an answer. So learn a phrase, and we can say your pet can learn a phrase to say something, or to, we can call it, to, your pet can learn a phrase to learn a phrase to use, I mean, at the moment it's randomly, but I cannot say to use when proper, because actually it will just randomly use it. And so the pet will have learn phrase. Okay. Fine. And then we will have a number 2. Ah, you are a Patreon already. Ah, okay, nice. Ah, so you are already a player. Okay. Learn to answer. Learn one answer. Your pet can learn an answer to a question. And this one is basically learn answer, right? So you're already a player. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Unreal version as well. I really want to, you know, I really want to have it ported, because our game is still a nice game, but it's so old now that no one can really work on it unless very, very few people, which are the historical developers. But even trying to put up, you know, the development environment is a kind of a mess, because the old development environment is using very old tools, right? So it's a bit of a pain to maintain, and the technology. I mean, Unreal Engine compiles on so many different platforms. Our previous our previous engine was very hard to compile on different platforms, and now today it's so hard to do it. Scout for creatures. And this one I think we didn't think fully about the range. Okay, range or direction though, because we said go X meters in a certain direction. This one I think I added later on. No, it's this one. It's go position. Go position. Is this go position? Because you know this go position. Go position. Do we want this go position to be in the baby or in the child? I think we can go in the child, so at least he can do two things, right? Otherwise, this level only has one, right? So let's put it in the second level. I mean in the second level. So the second level will have basically go X meters in a certain direction. I don't know. I think we can call it something like navigate or move or get directions. I don't know. Something like get directions. You can instruct your pet to go in a certain direction for a certain distance, in a certain direction, to walk, to go in a certain direction for a defined set of meters. I don't know, to go a certain amount of meters in a direction, to go certain amount, to go. I don't know, I don't like too much this phrase. In a given direction. Bah, I don't know. We can improve it. And this one will basically be go position. We called it go position. Okay. So this will still be on the level 2. Then on the level 3, you will have the scout for creatures. In the scout for creatures, you can say your pet can search for creatures and give you and get back to you with what he saw, with the information of what he saw, right? This one is scout creatures. By the way, these are just ideas. I mean, don't get too excited on these ones. I mean, I'm not sure I'm able to do them all, but this is what I would like to do. Doesn't mean that I will be able to do all of this. But at least we have the setup, right? At least we have the right setup. So we have a scout for ingredients. Scout for ingredients. Okay. So your pet can search an area and find useful plants. I don't know if I want to say plants, roots, mushrooms. I think I will say just the ingredients and that's it. So this will be scout items, right? Scout items. I think I want to save this. Ah! Why? Ah, fuck, because I said... That's why. The Then we do 9, 20. So you can scout for ingredients, and then you can do what? You can store an item. You can store an item. Okay. Store carry. Let's say the carry maybe. Carry items. Right? Your pet can carry some items for you. Right? I think we will have a very limited amount of slots anyway, because I don't want to make it a new inventory because it will become too complex. I think it will have like 2, 3, something like that. I don't remember if this one... Yeah, I think this one is just to deliver something to someone else, right? So we said yes. We don't have anywhere the enablement of the locations for him. So like his armor, his collar, his gems. So meaning that this one is available already from the baby stage. Maybe. Maybe yes. Maybe yes. So the storage actually doesn't have a command, but you see there is this nice column that we created exactly for this purpose. Okay. So there will not be a pet command associated to this one. And then what do we have? Store an item. Yes, we have the grant permission to someone else. Grant permission. I think this one can be a separate command. Or not. Or do we want to put it inside store? So as soon as he stores the item, he can also deliver it to someone else. And we have the grant command. Because then we can just put it inside of this, you know. Because one thing is saying it can deliver. One thing is saying people can access to his inventory with a grant. Okay. Okay, for now let's put it as a separate line because maybe we will expand it. So deliver items. It's not exactly deliver items though, but I think it's a bit overselling it, right? If we say deliver item. You can instruct your pet to allow a specific person to access his items. A named person, let's say. A named person to access his item, right? So in that case, he will be able... So this will be a grant. Yes, no? What do you mean, yes, no? Let's call it grant. Let's call it grant and storage is 0. Okay. This was all on the level... This was all on this level, the junior level, which seems to be the best level, by the way. Adult, scout for tribe. So we need to switch to the next level here. So we will go for 30 and we say scout for traps or secret passages. So we can say scout for secrets. Your pet can scout for secret passages or traps, right? For secret things that you don't see. You can see it, you don't. Ah, we have two separate ones here. There are two commands. There are 2 commands. Okay. I guess it's a different ability. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep it as a separate ability. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference because you are getting both of them at the same level, but maybe we want to enable that command, you know. So your pet can scout for traps. So here, this one is actually scout for traps, and the previous one is scout for something else. Scout hidden. But I remember that when we said hidden, wait, because there was another thing. No, it was hidden loot. So in reality, this one is secret passages and traps, and this one is hidden loot. Thanks to his heightened senses, you know, thanks to his senses, then. So there is the opposite. Okay. Yeah, I confused the two. Then distract an enemy. This one I think would be very hard to do. This one will be very hard to do. But anyway, again, don't take this list as something that we can make. There is a list that's something that we want to make, but your pet can distract an enemy, so you can sneak around them. So basically with this phrase we change the way combat works, but okay, so we're not gonna do it very soon. This one will come very, very late, so don't wait for that, at least not in the short term. And the last one is actually the next level, right? Which is share senses. Now share senses will be even harder, but well, in theory sharing sight is not very hard from the engine point of view. We're just changing the camera, so it's fairly easy. But so see through his eyes. You can see through the eyes of your pet. Insane, huh? It's so fun to write it down and know that anyway would be so hard. Here through his ears. You can hear through the ears of your pet. Now the problem is that if your pet doesn't have ears, that's a problem. Senses, how do we call that? Senses, hearing. I don't know if there is another way to say that. You can modulate the aggro of the monster, make it smaller or bigger. Yeah, the sides is part of the evolution. Is this one scale? Scale is the sides. So you can change in scale, and you can also use another model, right? There is the idea. Okay. So I think we added this dummy data, which anyway is a good data. I mean, it's more than dummy. I think it's good data. I think this one is good data. So I'm connecting to... Okay, so let's see if we can load this data. Right. Would be great when a player is mining, he could have his pet delivered to a bank storage so the player can continue mining. Yeah, the problem is that the pets are relatively small creature. And I mean, they can become bigger, but I don't think they will become like a dragon, you know? I think they will become like a big dog maybe at the maximum. Maximum. So I don't know if they really have so much carrying capacity. But yeah, so when we enable the storage, so basically you have, the problem will be, you know, to allow him also to drop the stuff, because in theory with this set of commands, you may teach him a location, and the location, or you can teach him a creature. So you can teach him Arnquist to your pet, so he knows who is Arnquist, right? And also you can, in theory, let him go to the location of Anstri. Now, actually, we thought that you can let him go to a location, not to a creature, because with a creature he doesn't know where is it, right? So you can store the location of the blacksmith, and then you can tell him go to that location. Okay, so he will reach it. The problem then is how to drop his item into the storage, because he will basically have to speak with Arnquist somehow and tell him that he wants to store that for you. So Arnquist will be like, will not I mean, I don't know if Arnquist will accept, you know, I mean, it's just a random pet coming to him and saying, hey, take this 200 diamonds and store it in the name of MW, right? And say, well, I don't know, I mean, maybe someone else. And also, how can the pet communicate with Arnquist not having really an empathic link? I think it will feel a bit weird. I think it will be much better with your house. So if you have a guild house, or if you have a house yourself, then it will make a lot more sense. Because in the house you can have an entrance for your pet, and the pet can go in and just drop the stuff in the house, right? That will be easier. So like a dog, you know, a dog can bring you the newspaper, or can bring something to someone, but he cannot really sell stuff at a shop, right? I think it's a bit too much. Also because the shopkeeper will have to remember all the pets to who they are corresponding to, and it's kind of a mess. Bye bye, Pax Nexus. Thank you for staying. Ciao. Thank you for stopping by. A drifter or a Rivnak? Yeah. The problem is this, that your pet, I think, will be only one pet, and it will be your primary pet, which is a specific race. Now the other pets, they are considered mounts, and like we said yesterday, the mounts will not be able to do all of that, because they are not linked to you with the same empathic link, and they are not that smart, basically. The mounts are just mounts, But maybe we could expand the mounts to do something. Maybe, you know, to go to a place and so I think the best will be to have, you know, but I think this is a bit far in the future, okay? But the best will be to have a cave, right, where you are mining. How do I make a cave? No idea. To have a cave, right, where you are mining, and then you have your pet, which you have your mount, not your pet, your mount, which is a carry mount. So it's able to carry, for example, the problem is that I think people may steal it. I don't know. Is able to carry, for example, a small cart, right? They will not be too hard to do. So let's say that your mount is able to carry a small cart, so you can put your stuff in the cart. Your mount can return home, because I think it's simply enough. So I think it's okay, simply enough. So he knows the way, hopefully. So he can go home. Now, at home, you have an NPC which you hired, right? Which is your stable master. So this is your stable master, which is keeping your mounts in good shape. I don't know, or anyway, just managing your house, right? And then he will take this load and drop it. So this way, I think it makes sense. So, or the guild house, yes, your house or the guild house. I think this way will make a lot of sense. Also, somewhere in our code, we had the ability to, well, we started to code. If I search for hired NPC, you see, hired. There was the idea that you can hire an NPC. There is also some code in here, but is not working. Okay, so it has never been finished and it's never worked. But in theory, that could be the way it could work. So you need to buy a cart. You need to have a house, you need to have a mount, and you need to have a hired NPC. If you have all these pieces, right? Piece number 1, piece number 2, piece number 3, and piece number 4. So if you have all these pieces, I think you can create like a trade route. Now, what I would argue as a game master, though, is how safe is this road? Right? Because how safe is this road? So is possible that someone somehow is stealing your stuff, or not, right? That I don't know. Potentially yes. Or that some creatures are, you know, attacking your mount. Because there must be some counterpart, you know? Some, or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so I think we added all the data, right? We added all the data. So what we want to do, we want to check if we are loading this data somehow, right? So we want to recompile and try to have this stuff, the pet manager working, and see if this code, which at the end is very simple, but it's just, you know, reading the database and cycling on all the stuff that we created, and loading it in memory, so to make it available. No, the constructor must be public, huh? Wait. The constructor must be public. Like in the Zorro movie, you whistle them and they come down at the window of the first floor and you jump on it. Yeah, but that you can do already. You're just missing the whistle, but you can already call your pet. Even in Unreal. Which is incredible. Even in Unreal, your pet can be called, it can follow you. Is building, boys. It is building. One failed, huh? Ah, yes, because this one at the end we didn't do. Preload pet evolutions. Did I delete too much stuff or not? I'm a bit scared that I deleted too much stuff from the... Let me do a diff. No. Okay, good. Still one failed, because probably some... What? My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Da, 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 da. Okay, succeeded. So I think we can launch it and see what happens. And see if he's reading the database and he's loading the data. It's loading. It should arrive here. I mean, it should. Wait, he's complaining a bit about pet FPS evolution stage ID is not initialized properly. Because he wanted in the constructor. Okay, I understand. He wanted the constructor to initialize the values. Okay, I think it makes sense. So we can do that. Okay, so he's doing the query on the database. He's returning 15 rows, which I think is okay, because the 15 rows should be these ones plus the evolution stages. So I think is okay. Let me see what we get as the first one. So the first ID that we get is 1. So we should not go through this. Yes, so we should start to read the storage and create a new ability and add the ability. So learn a location. Okay, perfect. So then we go to the next one, we read the next ability and we go. Then here we should have a new Evo ID. So let me see what happens. We create a new Evo stage. Yes. We read all the information. We set the abilities, which are these 3 abilities connected to the Evo stage. Perfect. And then we add to the evolution stage that one. There is a mistake. Current Evo should not be ++, but should be current Evo equal to Evo ID. Right? So that's a mistake. That's a mistake, but it seems to be working anyway. So let's do it again. I think it will work fine anyway. It looks like it's working as expected. Yeah, I think it's okay to have multiple accounts. I mean, it's a bit, I mean, to me it's better if you keep one because it's a bit easier, you know, to manage it in case you want to change passwords and stuff. But I mean, there is no restriction on how many accounts you have. Okay, I think we are reading everything properly. Now we are reading the other 2 abilities. Learn a phrase and get directions. Let me see if it's correct. Yes. Yeah, it's working okay. I think it's working fine. Okay, let me go until the end, so until here. So we will execute it all, and then we check if the resulting evolution stages is correct. So we got 4 evolution stages. One is child, one is you. We missed the baby one though. No, we missed the first one. Why? No. Learn a location. Go to a location. Recognize a creature. And no, we got this one is associated to the second one. Yes. Because this one it needs to associate it to the previous. Fuck. You need to associate it, right, to the previous. While when we are entering into this one, we are already at the next record, right? And at the next record, oh, that's very annoying though. This is why I think I should have started from 0. But if I start from 0, then it happens that I immediately enter here. And well, I can also do another thing though. I can have a kind of a... I can have a first element, and then I can say that if is a first element, we create the Evo stage, right? I think I can do this because we need to read the information the first time, otherwise. So this is going to create my new Evo stage, right? And then I'm gonna cycle, and then when I'm entering into the new one, right, I'm gonna use this Evo stage, just associate the abilities that now I have read, and I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but anyway. And then I enter here, and so I register my Evo level, right? I clear up the abilities. I go again. I go again as true. If there is the first... wait. If there is the... So we should also assume... because if he has only one element... If he has only one element... if he only has one element, then this would be not working, because I go through this, then I check, because I need to do at least one cycle, right? I'm confusing myself here, guys. I start from 1. I have the first element. I read the first element, which is my Evo stage. Okay. I read my abilities. I need to read the abilities anyway. I need to read the abilities. Now, after I read the abilities and I read the Evo stage, I check if we should go to the next one. And in the first time, this would never be true. Right? This will never be true. So I go inside of this with the next, but the next element may not exist though. Oh shit. So I'm missing, now I'm catching the first, but I'm missing the last. I read the Evo stage. I read the abilities. I add them to the abilities. Then I check. Then I check if... Then I check if there is a new evolution stage coming or not. But this one, I should do it at the next run. I should do it at the next run. Right? Because the first run will never happen. And so at the next run, I actually take the ability that I've read, I put them in. I take the evolution stage that I read here, and I put them in. And then I initialize everything, and I say, hey, is the first element. Right? And then I say, oh, is it the first element? Yes, because I just set it here. And in reality it is, because I'm at the next iteration. And so I read again this one, and I start to read the ability, and I go through. Then the only thing that happens is at the last element, because at the last element, this one will not happen again. So at the last element, right? At the last element, I need to do this. The problem is that this Evo stage, I declared it outside of the 4. Yes, it's correct. And evolution stages. Okay, let me try like this. So it's a bit convoluted because I decided to do the query in one single query, but I thought that being logged on with multiple accounts at the same time. Well, these are two different things. One thing is to have multiple accounts, which is fine. And another thing is to log in as multiple accounts. So on that one, I don't know, I have a bit of a mixed feeling, because one player should only be one player, you know. You should interpret one character at a time. So that's the idea. Okay, let me just go through all of it, because otherwise I think it's taking too much. Let me just run it and see what we get. So at the moment we got baby with 3 abilities. Learn a location, know a location, recognize a creature. Okay, which is correct. We got child with learn a phrase, get direction, learn one answer. Get directions. And a phrase, learn an answer. Perfect. And we got junior with scout, delivery carry. Scout, delivery carry. Okay, they are not in the same sequence, by the way, but it's okay. We don't care. And then we got the last one. Now we got adult, which has scout, distract, scout. Scout, distract, scout. Okay, and now I'm adding the last one. And now I'm adding the last one. Right, and so I have all 5. Okay, perfect. Okay, it works. Okay, this cycle is working fine. This cycle is working fine, which is nice. So we have the stages loaded. Right? We have the stages loaded. Okay, now what do we need? Now what do we need? So we created basically the structure and the data in the database, and we loaded this stuff. So now what I want to do, I want to go back to my NPC Manager, right? And here, when we are receiving the evolution table and ability, yeah, exactly. So we were in the middle of reading the pet, right? So when we read the pet, energy, happiness, lifetime fed, select from blah blah blah, evolution table and ability. So we need to read. So how do we know? How do we know that this pet is at a specific stage of evolution? We know it based on the experience, right? So we need to get. I think we can do it in Pet Manager, by the way. So in Pet Manager we need a function which is get current evolution level and also get next evolution level, because we need to show those two levels in the UI. We are not going to show them all, we're just showing the current one and the next one. So this will return one evolution stage, right? One evolution stage. And the evolution stage I think you should return a pointer to an evolution stage, right? So we don't want to duplicate it. Well, it's about the same, because anyway we have to send it to the client, so it doesn't make a lot of difference. But anyway, get current evolution stage, and the input will be the experience, the current experience. And then there will be get next evolution stage, right? Where the int will be the current experience as well, right? Now, the only thing, it was complaining about stuff not being initialized. I think that the reason is that here we don't have an initialization of the different fields. I think we can have it. I think he likes it more if they are initialized. And I think we can say that the ID as a default is -1. The name is empty. The scale is -1. Well, the scale, I think the scale can be 1 actually. The mesh will be empty, and the experience required will be 0 or -1 as well. Let's say -1. Okay, so like this, you should not complain anymore that our structure is not initialized. I will do it as well on this one, right? Let's do it similarly. So this is -1, this is empty, this is empty, this is empty, and this is false. I think he was complaining about other stuff though, that there was other stuff not initialized. Initialized something. Yeah, you see, actually has a bunch of them. Like, for example, also NPC response. It's not initialized properly. Where is this NPC response? Let me see. I think it's probably under messages. Yes. I think we can initialize them all. He's not complaining about all of them, probably because F strings are probably automatically initializing to empty or something. Do we have a chat none or no? Fuck. We don't have a chat none. So we don't have a default empty value. Faction event entry value. Faction life event. It's complaining about entry value. In fact, entry value is not in this list. I think these are good messages anyway, huh? Petition info online. Petition info online. Yes, probably because I added it. Probably I added it later on, you see, and this one has not been initialized, so I think it makes sense. We can put it to false. Okay, so we clear out some warnings. I think it's always nice. All the path I fix now. There is also skill value, F skill value, skill knowledge. Skill value, skill knowledge. Skill value, skill knowledge. Ah, yes, they are not initialized. I think it's good that we put them all here. We can put them all at -1, so we are sure that we are not, you know, that we recognize when they are not initialized. Because Unreal Engine really likes to have empty constructor. He loves empty constructors. I think I will have to go soon. I mean, not super soon, but I mean, not like now, but in 10 minutes or so. I need to go. Meanwhile, it's compiling. I think we can add to the mission the steps that we are making. Okay. So yes, before creating the so basically we are working on this one. So adding to the database the field and table needed. This one we did it. So this one is done. This one is done. Now we are doing load the database tables in Pet Manager. By the way, which we just added, but I think it's okay. So this is something that we did right now. So this is working, which is nice. Now we need, I think, yeah, the next one will be to create the character sheet and then to populate the character sheet. So populate the pet character sheet with pet information, okay? Because now we have basically all the stuff that we need. We have all the stuff that we needed to. Okay, succeeded. Very nice. I just changed 2 more values, and then we will start the. Okay, so if that compiles, right? Yes, this compiles. So if that compiles, I think we can have those 2 functions. Yes, the get. What was it? Get current level and get next level, right? Get current evolution stage and get next evolution stage. So we need those 2 to actually be implemented, because we need them right now. Right now. We need it right now. So based on the experience, right? I think it's super easy. We just loop on the array and we check, right? Yeah, we just loop on the array. We just loop and that's it. We take evolution. Come on, cannot do it. Okay, 1 class, 1 variable, cannot do it. This class has only 1 variable. He cannot read it. He cannot read it. Okay, anyway, it's fine. So we can just go through all of them and just identify if the current is what if the current what should we do? We should do evolution stages of I dot, please. Why my Visual Studio is so stupid? Why cannot read these variables? Why? Why cannot read these variables? Okay, if exp required, so evolution stages of I dot exp required is fuck. Is greater than, so the current, so if the current experience is greater than this, right, then it means that we can skip to the next one. If the current experience is lower, so let's say if the current experience is greater than evolution required, then my pet evolution stage, found stage, which at the beginning will be unfortunately empty. No. No, I think it will really be null. Ah no, fuck. Sorry, I cannot. Okay, but anyway, this one will work all the time. So found stage equal to this, right? And so basically we will get the last one, right? So it will cycle and see. So when my current experience will not be anymore greater than the evolution stage, then we will get the previous one. Okay, so and we return the found stage, right? Now it cannot be a pointer. Okay, fine, it will not be a pointer. Which is a bit annoying though. That is not a pointer, right? But I think it's okay. I don't care. It is so little information that this thing is, you know, 10 fields. So, and in the future we stay like this. So it's not a problem at all. Now the problem is here though. The problem is for the next level. For the next level, I think we need to scan them all. And we need to see when my current experience. So when I reach one level, when I reach this level, I need to find the next one. So basically, I think in this case I have to do something different. So this one needs to be an integer, which is the current stage, and default, I don't know, will be -1. So as long as we go, right, we do current stage equal to I, so that we are at that level. And then when we arrive here, we say if because we may be at the last stage of evolution, right? So if I is equal to evolution stages num -1, right? So if we are already at the last possible thing, then we will return an empty. I think that we have no other way. We will return an empty state, so meaning that is the last one, right? Fuck. Meaning is the last one, right? If not, if we are not at the last one, then it means that we can get the next one. So we can return evolution stages of I plus 1, I guess, right? It's a bit risky because if we go over the array, it will crash, but you know, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Okay, succeeded. So let me see if these things are actually working, because you know, compilation succeeded doesn't mean that it's actually working. So so basically here we need to do what? Own it pet. Wait, I don't remember where we are. We're checking familiar by familiar. Yes. Fuck! I forgot one thing. Okay. No, but it's okay. So basically, this part will work only for the. So works only for the primary pet. Right? So this one works only for the primary pet. If it's not the primary pet, there is no way. So I think we need to add a pet type. Yes, this I forgot. Because our pet type, no, what is that? Can be a mount or can be a primary pet, right? And that's very different. Very different. Yeah, so the first thing that we should put here is pet type, which by the way can just be an int. Pet type, which is what the hell? Which is 2 equal primary pet, 4 equal mount. I don't remember what is 3, but I think it's correct. Okay, so this pet type. So going back. So we need to read. So here we need the name, experience, and pet type. The pet type is actually the character type. I think the pet type is the character type. Yes, is the character type. Is the character type from character. So we can say owned pet dot type. Pet type, please, equal to this. Get int. Okay. Now I wanted to see something on the screen, but I think it's too late. I cannot do it. We are very close. We are very close to see something on screen, but I think it's too late. We are very close because basically here we have all the information and we just need to send it now to the client. We are super close. So I need to do what? I need to do pet manager, get current evolution stage of the current experience. The current experience, I have it here. Own it pet experience. And this will return me, an fpet evolution stage. And then I will have next stage, which is next stage. Okay, so we will have these two functions. We will return the two stages. Now, percentage size increase. What is it? Percentage size increase. Wait a second, now I'm confused. No, percentage size increase is inside the current stage, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, and so we return. You know, we return all the pets with all their information, including name, experience, and pet type, including their inventory if they have one, with the items, including energy, happiness, and last fed time, and including the evolution of the current stage and the next stage. Yay! Yay! Okay. So now, if it works, I don't know, but the logic is all here, okay? And so we return the owned pet. So send familiar information. So basically now, going back to where we were at the beginning of the beginning, which we were, I think that tonight, Risk of Rain is always playing, huh? I know, this is Fats. I thought it was a Risk of Rain. So going back to whatever, right? We should have one, yeah, this one, receive pet list, right? Receive pet list. Request pet list, yeah, request pet list. So if we have 0 familiars, we return nothing. If we, so else we send out this, right? And this is done. So this should work already somehow. This should work already. I mean, in theory, I don't know, but in theory it should work already. So we should have the pet list sent. So at least the information of all of this stuff will reach the client, right? If from the client I'm calling a request pet list. Yay! Yay! Okay, boys, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. Let me see if we can raid someone, okay? How many we are? We are too little, or we are some people? Because I don't want to raid with one person, you know? I don't want to raid with one person. It's kind of bad. It seems bad manners, you know? To raid with one person. So can you go here? Can you go to this address? Can you go to this address and stay there for like 1 minute? And we see how many we are, okay? We see how many we are. We are 3. Can we get more than 3? We are 3 people. We are 3 people. No, eh? Okay, 3. We go with 3. 3 I think is decent. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's okay. 3, I just don't want to ride with 1, you know? Okay, so it will start in like 20 seconds. So thanks for watching. Click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, and also check our Patreon channel, our Patreon site, which is patreon.com/planeshift, where you can support the game and get access to the alpha in case you want to. And yes, and see you soon, boys. See you soon. Goodbye. And we start the raid. Bye bye.